The word access or the concept of access is something I put a lot of, I'm very thoughtful about what that means for a few reasons. One, when it just comes to equity as a whole in this country, there's never been a time historically where people of color have gotten access and that made everything equal. There's always, the starting point is still lesser than the masses. So I always tell, and also I should say this, I also do a lot of work for the Campaign for Equity of New Orleans. So I talk about equity all day, every day. So I always want to be very mindful of that when we talk about access. And in that, there's so many different points of access that we have to be super conscious of. And I'll give you an example. And generally, funding is one of probably the biggest points of contention. A friend of mine has a venture. It's a tech venture. I definitely think it has a lot of potential. He was engaging with a white VC for a big check. And they're like, well, we need to see that you can raise some money on your, so he got the meeting. Now, some people would say that was the access. That was access, because everybody can't even get the meeting. So that's already one point of contention, right? And a lot of entrepreneurs of color aren't even getting the meeting. So that's right there. That's something that has to be fixed. That's something that's disjointed in the pipeline. So he got the meeting. He got the access. So they're like, well, we need to see that you can raise your own money. You need to go raise X amount of money. He goes out and raises $250,000. All right, so that's some access, right? He goes back to the VC. Well, we don't know anybody on this list because it was mostly black philanthropists. We don't know anyone on this list because they also are thinking about their relationships with these people. And they're just like, we need you to go to raise more money, but they need to be noticeable names. All right. So there's a lot, that's a loaded, because he's saying it like it's just so easy for any of us to go out and raise $250,000. That's one, right? I did what you asked, and you're still creating a barrier for me. So again, I'm giving that as an example, certainly not to scare anyone, but just how thoughtful we have to be when it comes to this word access. I really think it's going to take people like us in the room to recreate our own access and invest in our own selves.